Hi, I'm Chuck, and today I'm going to do a review on the Modix Big 120X 3D printer. So this is the Modix Big 120X, and I've now had this thing for just over 2 years. I've got a ton of experience with it, so I feel really good about giving an honest and thorough review on how awesome of a printer this is. It's a kit printer. It comes from Israel, and the folks at Modix have been extremely good to me as far as support, extra parts if I needed those, software suggestions, and just general troubleshooting items. The support from the very beginning on putting it together was great because it is a kit. You do have to put it together. And overall, I just can't say anything negative about the support that I've received from Modix itself. As you can see on this print, I've got a decent sized print going right now. This is a lower, and I'll show that example in a few minutes. And this is running a 0.8 millimeter nozzle on it. Now, I have now run the 0.4 millimeter nozzles. I've run 0.8 millimeter nozzles. I've run 1.2 millimeter nozzles. I've run brass nozzles, steel nozzles, and ruby tip nozzles, the Olsen Ruby. What I have found is the best bang for the buck on time and quality is the 0.8 millimeter nozzle, running anywhere from a 0.4 millimeter layer height to a 0.6 millimeter layer height. In this particular print, we're running at a 0.5 millimeter layer height, and you can actually see the detail on this looks extremely good. And this is after a really good calibration. This is ABS, right? And it's sticking. It's sticking extremely good to this aluminum build plate, just using slurry. That's all I use on here, okay? Now, as far as electrical requirements go, this machine, mine runs on 110, 120 volts. This is in the US. So you may want to keep in mind that you're probably going to need 2 breakers of 15 amps apiece to run this machine. So an example of things that can be printed, again, it's sky's the limit on something that's going to be huge. If it can fit inside that space, you can print it, right? You may have to figure out how to orient it to reduce your warping on it, right? Because that's just how the materials work. But you can do stuff like, as you saw, I've got that lower printing. This is the sister to it that's already printed. And you can see how shiny means smooth, right? How shiny this is coming out in ABS. This was actually at a 0.6 millimeter layer height using an 0.8 millimeter nozzle. And look at that detail. Not bad at all, okay? Even on the inside of this, this actually came out really nice without me having to do any post-production on it at all, okay? In fact, when it's finished, it comes out looking like this. And I've got a nice video on the whole process of how I actually designed and built this lower. So really high quality. This is something that the ones that you see me printing now are people from different parts of the country have asked me to make some for them. And so I print those out and make some extra money, which then pays for my printer. Another thing that I'm working on right now is I'm building a chandelier. So this is a sample of brass material that I've done. This came out really nice. This was just a sample to see how it would come out with the machine. And if it looked like brass, it does. It looks like brass. It shines up like brass. It's heavy as almost as heavy as brass. And a ring for it for this chandelier that I'm going to be building. So we'll see how that actually comes out later. But the biggest project that I had was printing PET-G through the Modix to print this hardtop convertible for my Jeep Brute, which works with the Jeep Gladiator as well. And as you can see, these were huge pieces, some of which had to be, fiberglass together in order to be able to get the size that I want. I even ended up doing recovery boards for it too, using PLA. Final review on the big 120X Modix 3D printer. great machine. You want to print big parts, this is a great machine to do it. Okay, if it fits inside the enclosure, you can print it. If you want to print it faster, use a bigger nozzle, right? You'll lose a little bit of detail on it, but the detail, as you can see with the 0.8, it's not that bad, right? This is actually a really, really great machine. So good, I'm looking forward to getting the second machine because I've got more parts I need to do, and I need to do them twice as fast than what I'm doing now. So anyway, wonderful machine. Hats off to the guys at Modix for being really there for you when you need them. And I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Follow me, and you can see some of the other big stuff that I've been creating with this. And sky's the limit on this machine. Thank you very much for watching.